You're listening to Liberty USA, sponsored by County Citizens Defending Freedom. You, as an American, have freedom in your DNA, and we are here to help educate, empower, and encourage you to stand for your freedom.
Hi, County Citizens. We're live from Student Action Summit with DC Draino and our founder, Steve Maxwell. How are you guys doing?
Good. Doing great.
Doing great.
Thank you for being here. So, DC, you have a huge following. How did you originally grow that following?
I call it, I'm a 5-year overnight sensation. I was originally a Hollywood entertainment attorney out in California, which is crazy because I can't even set foot in California now without feeling like I want to get back to Florida immediately. But, who didn't love movies growing up? And I was working in that industry, and once President Trump got elected, I said, I need to help this guy. I realized what was at stake. I thought that socialism was banging on the door then. I think it's in the house now. And we got to clean it out. And so I started posting anonymously on DC Draino. I thought memes are the most effective way to communicate a good message. And once it got a little bit bigger, 50, 60,000 followers, I decided to quit everything, move to Florida, and fight for freedom full time. So that's what I've been doing for the last 4.5 years. And, now I'm happy to be working with organizations and people that I truly believe will help save the country. That's my number one ethos. In anything I do, how can this best help save the country? And I believe that CCDF is absolutely the most effective way to do that, because we have learned no one person is going to save us. No politician, no president. It's we, the people, that need to be awake, off the couch, in the fight. That's how we're going to save America.
What makes CCDF different from other grassroots organizations that you've seen?
The professionalism. Steve is a very successful businessman and a strong, charismatic leader, and that's kind of the thing that has stopped our side from really getting involved. The left has had, look at Barack Obama, right? Community organizer. They've been on the streets. They've been off the couch fighting for their version of America. It's a very radical, tyrannical version of it, and a lot of us were saying, if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. And I just want to, live a quiet life with my family and work hard and, pay my taxes. No one actually wants to do that, but, that's what they do. But now we've realized, oh, crap, we were asleep at the wheel. And so CCDF, I just think, when you have someone successful like Steve saying, this is where I got to put my energy and my resources and my skill set. And, someone like me, I was a Hollywood entertainment attorney. I could have just lived a cushy life out in L.A., living on the hillside. But, just like the Founding Fathers stepped up at a moment of reckoning, that's what a whole generation of Americans are doing right now.
Right. So since we're at a Turning Point event that's focused towards students, what would your piece of advice be to students who want to get involved in what they see going on in government but don't know how?
So 5 years ago, when I first started getting involved in this stuff, so many people would ask me, how do I get involved? What do I do? And I would just tell them, all right, donate to good candidates and vote, and make sure you get other people to vote. And now we've realized you can't even vote your way out of this. It's an even stronger fight. You got to fight to protect the elections and also vote. But now there's so many resources for people to get involved. And I was telling Steve earlier, Turning Point is great for when you're on campus, you're at school, you meet some good people. They teach you the fundamentals of grassroots, patriotic activism. And then once you graduate, CCDF, and you can do it while you're in college, but join CCDF. Get involved in your community, because like Steve said, you just got to save your county. And that's how we save America. Focus on your local community.
Yeah.
And that's what I do here in Central Florida. What did you want to?
Yeah, you're exactly right. So DC here has been doing this longer than we have, but we have the same mission. You can see, and like you said, people are doing it all around the country. What we saw as business owners, as we put the model together, there was no continuity, there was no focus, and no place for an average citizen to go. Everybody, I believe, that loves America wants to help save America, but how do they do it? So the CCDF was formed for that. So you give us 5 hours, 6 hours a month, help us out, finding bad curriculum, for example. And then we come in and have a system that can take care of that. And so we're excited about it. It's professional. We have legal teams. We have media teams. We have everything that you need in your county We're going to come in from a national level and do the heavy lift when you find these breaches of freedom. That's what it's all about.
And Charlie even said yesterday in his opening statement to the crowd that encouraging kids to get involved in school boards and get involved in local government. And so I think that will maybe start, since they have the huge audience, it will start to change young people saying, I will get involved with local government. I will get involved with my school board.
Yeah, we got some really critical months coming up. As Roland said, we got between 22 and 24. With God's help, we've got to bridge that gap. I think once we get there, we get the election squared away, I truly believe we're going to see an era of greatness in America again.
Right.
Because we are involved, and we are the Americans. We fight with our spirits, not with our money, not with any crookedness. It's a pureness. And so I'm excited about the coming couple of years and what's going to happen. And these young people, as you said, are getting involved. I was never involved in college. I was never involved in high school, really. But they're getting involved. They're getting educated. They're finding out, whoa, we nearly missed this thing. So we really have an opportunity for the next greatest generation who comes in, takes this thing over, and takes the next 100 years for our grandchildren, your grandchildren.
Yeah. So DC, what would you say you're most passionate about in politics? Is it election integrity? Is it getting the LGBTQ grooming that's going on in schools taken out?
So my core mission is rooting out corruption in our government. So what DC Draino stands for is draining the DC swamp, which was a phrase that I loved when President Trump started using it back in his 2016 election run. And, that's why I've kept the name. People are like, oh, you should use your real name. I'm like, you can find my real name if you need to. DC Draino has meaning, because it reinforces that ultimate priority. We have to root out the corruption in our government. It has been taken over by Marxist globalists, all right? Very corrupt people. They're working for very rich, powerful, evil people that want to destroy America. There is no question. And they just stole an election to do it, okay? They see the uprising of we the people, and they did something I didn't even think was possible. So the fight is absolutely there first and foremost, but it all stems down from there. Election integrity is probably number one. Without that, we can't do anything. Freedom of speech on the internet. There's a reason they're censoring us, because we have the winning message. We have the truthful message. They are stifling it. Stop, and everything flows from that.
Right.
If we have free speech and free and fair elections, America, I believe, is a 60-40 country, conservative.
And let me add this. When we were marketing that you were going to be here with us today, Instagram put a block on your account, and it popped up and said, this account has shared misinformation so many times.
Did they really?
Yes. Are you sure you want to tag them? And so we all had to purposely click yes for you to even show up to be able to tag you.
That's insane. And Instagram's been playing those games for a while. The video that got that shadow ban activated on me, I posted a video of Chinese military tanks rolling down the street at night in front of a bank where protesters were protesting because the bank wouldn't allow them to withdraw their money, okay? And then the next day, Associated Press wrote a full fact-check article on that video and said, oh, no, we talked with a hotel worker who said that was a Chinese military exercise, and they shadow banned my account. Not only is the U.S. government partnering with social media to censor criticism, they are now working with the Chinese government to censor us Americans with free speech, constitutional rights, to stop criticizing the Chinese government. That's why. They didn't say what misinformation, but he criticized communist China. I criticized communism, and now I am reaping the punishment of communism. But you know what? I was talking with Tucker Carlson about a month ago. I was interviewing with him, and he's like, aren't you worried they're going to take away your account, do this and that? I go, I don't, ask for a better battlefield. This is the battlefield that we have. These are the resources that we have. We're going to fight in every way, shape, or form. And like Steve mentioned earlier, we're going to take some hits. There's going to be costs. I already got banned on Twitter. I'm in a lawsuit. I'm represented by Harmeet Dillon. We're in the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. We're going to win. I promise. We caught the government censoring my account. We have the emails. We got the emails from the California state government saying DC Draino is spreading election misinformation. That's called being over the target. They do not want the American people to wake up to what they're doing, but it's only a matter of time. until we finally turn the tides on this.
We agree. Well, thank you both for being here today.